The other day, Kelly and I came across the box in our basement, and it was filled with all kind of memories. Our daughter Jill, when she was 3 years old, she had open heart surgery to fix a hole in the upper two chambers of her heart, and of course it was very scary for us. And that was like almost 30 years ago now. But in the box was a bunch of notes that people sent, and little small gifts, and cards, and little stuffed animals. And through the years, we've opened up that box, and it has reminded us through the years of the faithfulness of God. I realize that it's in times like we're going through now with this pandemic that, I don't know about you, people like me, I tend to want to desire to film things about it, to write in my journal about it. And I think what goes through my mind is that when this whole thing is over, or years from now, I want to have some memories about that event. So I'm trying to capture it in the moment. Many of you are probably going to do the same thing. Our grandson, Andy, is 1 year old, and he's never going to remember the spring of 2020, but he'll hear about it because there'll be journals from me and videos from his mom and dad talking about these months that we're in this quarantine period. There's a story in the Old Testament, in the book of Joshua, chapters 3 and 4, that tell this amazing story of the Israelites had been wandering through the desert, and it was now time to enter into the promised land, into the land of Canaan. But they were up against the Jordan River, and the Jordan River had a strong current, and there was no way they were going to get across. They were desperate. They needed a miracle. And so Joshua cries out to God, their leader, Joshua cries out to God. And God splits the Jordan River, just like he did for Moses when he split the Red Sea. And the ground that they all walked across was dry. It wasn't even wet, the riverbed. And a crazy miracle. And they needed a miracle like that to be able to go into the promised land. But as they were going through, there were 12 tribes of Israel, and Joshua told them to, one for each tribe, grab from the riverbed as you're crossing one big, huge rock, and take it to the other side. When everybody had crossed and the water was back to normal, Joshua told the tribes, everybody, let's create sort of a big rock memorial monument that we would build. And the people said, why, Joshua, are we supposed to do this? And he said, because your kids won't remember this event that just happened, but when they come and see this memorial monument, then they'll ask you why. What does it mean? And you'll tell them. You'll tell them about that day that they went through that time, that day they were in such distress. Hey, I've got an idea for you. Why don't you create a time capsule over the next few months? Take a box like this, a shoebox or something, and begin to put things in this time capsule. Write notes about how you're feeling, about how you're thinking in the middle of this pandemic, and we're in a shelter-in-place season. Write down things that you miss most, freedoms that have been taken away, friends that you can't be. Go ahead and write down things like missing your senior year in school. Maybe put in there some remembrances of the different games that you played, movies that you watched, things that you did to pass time. Put in your time capsule pictures, screenshots of this new thing we all learned to do called Zoom, and screenshots of you and your family from maybe different cities even trying to learn how to play a game over video conferencing. Put different things in it. Put a Bible verse that you have held on to help you get through this season. Put things in this time capsule. And then when we're able to be released and we're back to some kind of normal life, go ahead and seal it and label it. I think you will be surprised how many times through the years that you'll open this box, this time capsule, And you'll remember how God was so faithful and did amazing things in the time that you were experiencing such desperation. Until next time, God bless you.